Property crime victims across the capital city are crying out for answers tonight, many telling me JPD failed to dust for prints at some of the crime scenes. So I started asking questions, and tonight I exposed the two key issues crippling Jackson cops from catching culprits and completing property crime scenes. Crime tape covering thousands of homes and business burglaries across the capital city. West Jackson braid shop owner Lizzie Anderson says 6 of them happened right here.
When you come here, I keep my door locked because I don't know what's going to happen.
Each time burglars break in, something different is missing.
If fingerprints is all on the door.
But when JPD shows up, Anderson says their routine is the same.
They didn't take any fingerprints. They looked around, gave me a card, and they left. And that was that. And that's every time.
On another side of town, a high-profile heist.
They cleaned us out.
Former lawmaker and Jackson Mayor Frank Melton's attorney John Reeves says burglars hit him up 4 times in 1 year.
One time they took fingerprints, but they didn't this time.
So I dug up one reason cops weren't taking prints. Take a look at JPD's fingerprint kit request. The last order was placed in September '07. I discovered there was a gap when some officers just didn't have the fingerprint dusting kits. I went straight to JPD spokesman Lieutenant Scott for answers.
They were delayed for some point in time, but I can report to you that they were received and distributed back in late 2008. So any kind of forensic evidence that you can acquire is definitely a plus towards solving someone's crime.
And as for solving the crimes, I got my hands on the burglary breakdown. And last year, 4,300 burglaries and still only a 5% arrest rate.
Sometimes what you see with the eye is not what would be picked up if you dusted for prints.
But getting prints isn't the only problem. You see, Jackson has an automated fingerprint identification system, or AFIS. It's a computer database that stores prints of folks who've already been arrested. Now, if they take prints from crime scenes, they can use those prints and match them in the database to see if they have any possible matches. But get this, records show that Jackson's AFIS system has been offline for more than 2 years.
AFIS is not a cure-all. It does help. It does help when when the officer does what he's supposed to do.
JPD's AFIS database went offline 2 years ago when the State Crime Lab upgraded their system. So I took a look at the State Crime Lab's functioning AFIS database. In just a few minutes, they can scan a print from a crime and match it to others in their database.
Even if AFIS is not working, we have individuals who are certified fingerprint analysts who can manually do this work.
But Crime Lab techs say that could take days, and it's no match for the efficiency of the AFIS technology.
It may slow us somewhat, but it doesn't stop us. But that still doesn't excuse an officer on the scene from taking any kind of fingerprints.
Anderson and Reeves say there's no excuse for criminals behind their burglaries not to be behind bars.
I'm really scared to come to work.
The residential areas of this city are gripped in fear.
Now, Lieutenant Scott tells me they are waiting on funding from the Department of Justice to get new networking lines and a router for their AFIS machine. Now, there's no strict timeline on when that will happen. In the meantime, JPD is sending their felony prints to the State Crime Lab for analysis in their AFIS machine. Now, I'm staying on top of this story, and I will update you when JPD's system is upgraded. Travis.